Thank you for joining us on the Nadia Sahari Show. We are so excited. Today, I have my friend. We've been friends for lots of years, and he's been my guest several times, and I'm happy to have him right now on Zoom. And let me introduce you to Kevin Gullickson. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show again.
Thank you, Nadia. This is great. We've actually upgraded since last time because it was just our audio, but now we got video. This is so cool.
Yes, I know. I thought I'd give it a shot and see. I've been thinking about this and thinking about this. So I finally worked it up and I set up a studio. I'm so excited.
Good. Yeah. And your studio looks great from what I can see. You look great.
You. Thank you. Thank you. You too. You look young.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
You are young compared to me. You're a baby.
No.
Well, let's talk about your music because you are a fabulous musician.
Thank you.
Yes, you are. And I love every single song, and you've written most of them. So let's talk about you. When did this all begin for you?
Oh, well, if you want to go way back, I started writing songs when I was like in third grade. I remember a schoolmate of mine, after school, we'd get together and write songs. Now, third grade, I mean, what am I, like 8 years old or 9, I don't know, something like that. So they were just obviously silly songs, listening to the Beatles and the Monkees and stuff. So, but when I was in my teens, I was playing in and out of bands, doing a lot of original music, which was unusual for my town because everybody was doing cover songs. So I had been writing original songs for years and years. So yeah, it's just something I've always been doing.
That is cool. I love it. And you formed a band of your own called Radio Drive. How did that develop? When did this all start for you?
Yeah, so I've formed quite a few bands over the years. Radio Drive was about 10, 12 years ago, I think. Just started, putting some ads out and stuff and got some guys together. We had some good momentum. The band, of course, broke up. It's hard to keep guys together, with the same focus and vision. So I kept the name Radio Drive. And I've been putting out albums just myself under the name Radio Drive with the intention of putting a band back together, which I have on occasions throughout the years. Yeah. So Radio Drive is like a vehicle for the music. And then whoever wants to jump on board at whatever time, like 5 years ago, I had a band, we were playing a ton of clubs. We were actually even the top finalists for the Hard Rock Cafe Battle of the Bands here for our region. So we played the Mall of America Battle of the Bands at the Hard Rock Cafe. It was really fun. And earlier this year, we got back together. Most of the guys started playing some clubs, but then, bam, everything stopped with the coronavirus. So
let's segue into that coronavirus.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many rumors, and
I know.
But just in case, I wear the mask and the gloves wherever I go, and I see a lot of people that don't, but that's their business. And I just am a cautious person. But over 40 years ago, I was always checking everything for dirt and bacteria.
Yeah.
And go to restaurants, I would check things all the time. In the airplane, I always clean my seats with Lysol wipes and my arms and my trays. Oh, yeah. I was the only one that did it. I was the only one.
Wow. And you were way ahead of the curve.
Oh, yes. And I did it years and years and years ago. And whether it was my husband or a boyfriend they always thought I was weird. But look,
that's what everybody's doing it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you have to now. And so I was way ahead of everybody. It's unbelievable how many things I've done ahead of time that people are now catching up to what I've done. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Good for you. Yeah.
I should have trademarked it.
Yes. Yeah. The millionaire.
So talk about your songs. You have 2 new songs, Borders and Footsteps. Tell us about those.
Yep.
Let's start with Borders first.
Okay, sure. Well, actually, these songs I did release about 8, 10 years ago, roughly.
Huh?
But I have the idea of putting out an EP of 6 songs,
Yes.
my most successful singles, and these 2 songs have been very successful over the years. Um, Footsteps and Borders, as you mentioned. So I redid them here at my home studio. And I worked with the drummer over in Italy to do the drum parts, an amazing guy down in Texas to do the mix and mastering. So those have just gotten finished. As we speak, they are currently unreleased. We do plan to release in July.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I redid Borders, just kind of bringing it up to date. I've always had so many ideas I wanted to work into that song. And then same with Footsteps, that one too. Each either of these songs on that album, either winning awards or nominations, topping indie charts or whatnot. Footsteps was actually submitted for Grammy consideration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a
Good for
music
you.
attorney out in, yeah, thank you.
A lot of your
This is,
music has been, right? Haven't you had like 6 big hits?
that was the only one for Grammy consideration.
Uh-huh.
A music attorney out in New York did that.
Uh-huh.
He loved the song. But yeah, a lot of my songs, I'm thankful to say, have won awards and nominations, topped the charts. Sweet Thing, which you remember
Oh,
last year
I
when we talked,
love
I
that
just released
song.
that. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That one actually kind of had a second wind, and for about, I don't know, 6 weeks maybe, it was #1 on this European indie
Oh.
chart. Oh, thank you. And a couple of my other songs have won awards and nominations. The ISSA, International Singer-Songwriter Association, nominations for my latest album, In the Light, Moving On, one of the singles from there, for like best single. Um, the World Songwriter Association, WSA,
Wow.
honored me with top finalist for Best Rock Song for Moving On. Then, of course, Taste of Heaven has won a lot of
Oh,
awards and nominations.
oh, yes.
Thank you. Yeah, the Hollywood Music Awards, um, Academy Awards, and of course, World Songwriter Awards, just to name a few. So that one has really seen a lot, and I'm so thrilled on that one too, especially.
You also had one that was on a movie track, weren't you? A soundtrack? Didn't you have something like that?
Yeah, some of my music has been used
Yeah.
in movies. Well, not
Yeah.
movies, I shouldn't say, but documentaries
Yes.
and TV shows.
Yes.
Wicked Tuna is one that I've got some music on. There's oh, what is it called? Something about old log homes or something like that on the, was it the History Channel or Nature? I kind of lost track. I'm so sorry, but
Well, I know. That's
uh,
okay. It was a
and
long
then
time ago.
some documentaries as well, which is quite nice. And actually, I've got some music in an infomercial that's
Oh.
being aired. Now, don't laugh. It's the infomercial is called Better Bladders. I laugh, but hey, when I get those royalty checks, I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
Yes, that's right. What was your influence to write Borders?
um, let's see. Now that one there, it's kind of like just thinking outside of the box.
Uh-huh.
Because the lyrics basically, using your imagination to
Mm.
think creatively. If you're stuck in a rut, for example, there's so many ways to get out of that. You
Yes,
just, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same
yes,
results.
yes,
So start using your imagination, think creatively beyond the borders of
yes,
our mind. So often confines us.
yes. We have to change our minds to change our lives. You have to
Exactly.
rethink things. You have to change the patterns because no
Yes.
matter even from childhood, your patterns are repeated and repeated through the
Yes.
years. I've learned so much about the brain. I've been reading about the brain in the
Oh,
last
yeah.
few months, and wow, it's incredible. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I don't know if you know this author, Carolyn Leaf. She's written some amazing books about the brain. I kind of get lost in a lot of the big words, but the elasticity of the
Yes,
synapses and this and that,
yes,
how your brain kind of gets in a rut thinking a certain way,
yes,
and you can retrain yourself to think differently.
yes,
Like if you're always like a negative person, pessimistic and stuff,
yes. Angry
you can change.
issues. You have a
Oh,
pattern of
yeah.
anger.
Yes, all
Yes,
of that. Yeah.
yes. It's
Can
an
so easily be
automatic shootout.
changed.
Yes, that's
Yep. New
right.
perspectives.
Yes,
New perspectives. Yeah.
yes. Amazing. I've been changing my thought patterns, boy. I'll tell you, it
Me
really
too.
works.
Always. Yeah.
Yes, it
Well,
works.
speaking of, getting back to COVID, it's like I think the entire world is rethinking
Yes,
so many things. I keep hearing that new term, the new norm.
yes.
Let's waiting for things to get back to normal. Well, I don't think it'll ever be back to
No.
normal, but it's going to be a new normal.
Yes,
So it's like,
yes,
well, let's use this time to change our minds to a new
yes,
normal, you
yes.
know?
And a lot of things are really better than what they were before
Yeah.
COVID because they're
Yeah.
just new ventures, new ideas,
Yeah.
and more creative. Like you,
Yeah.
you're on Facebook now live and you're performing. Tell us about
Oh,
that.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, yeah. So what with all the clubs closed,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to stay connected and fresh with my music. I mean, I just gotten my band guys back together again. We're
Uh-huh.
starting to play the clubs, and all of a sudden, boom. So I was on a roll. So I had some house concerts that I recorded, streamed live on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
I did record some more and uploaded to YouTube. So Radio Drive Music on YouTube, you can watch some house concerts that I did there. Plus, I'm pleased to say I'm thrilled this indie TV station out of Paris, TZIK Independent Music Channel, aired one of my house concerts, about a 30-minute.
Cool.
Yeah, so they had it on their channel, which is available on, you can get it, download the app for Apple TV and
Cool.
Roku, Amazon Fire TV, so it's available. Yeah, so
Cool.
it's been fun. So like you said, it's like, well, if one door closes, there's
Yeah.
opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes they're better. Yeah. Thank you
Mm.
so much for being here. God bless
Oh, thank
you.
you for having
Keep
me. Oh,
safe
bless you.
and we'll talk real soon.
Sounds good, Nadia. Bless you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.